Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today because we have some very exciting General Hospital news to talk about, and it's definitely worth the wait. Hey there, folks. Let me tell you something that's got this old heart of mine racing a mile a minute. I've been glued to General Hospital for more years than I care to count, and the previews for the next 2 weeks from May 18th straight through to the 29th, well, they're promising some real jaw-dropping shocks and big-time shakeups. Boy, oh boy, a few of those storylines are loaded with surprises so huge, I'm already sitting on the edge of my recliner just thinking about them. I tell you, if you've been riding along with Port Charles all these years like I have, you're not going to want to miss a single minute. These next 14 days are going to be something else, and I can't wait to see how it all plays out. First, hey, let me tell you what's got me all worked up this week on General Hospital, from the 18th right through the 22nd. That new detective, Joe Fitzpatrick, is just getting started on the job, and the very first thing he does is make an arrest that's going to knock everybody's socks off. I've been watching Curtis Ashford for years, and now they're saying he might be the one getting hauled in for roughing up Isaiah Gannon. Can you believe it? Poor Isaiah takes a nasty fall and ends up with what looks like a busted arm or wrist. That boy had a big surgery lined up, the kind he's been counting on to change everything, and now it's all going up in smoke. Breaks my heart just thinking about it. It just makes me shake my head because I've seen folks in my own life pin all their hopes on one big medical fix, only for some dumb accident to snatch it away in a heartbeat. You root for these characters like they're family, and when something like this happens, it feels so real you almost want to holler at the screen. Meanwhile, Jocelyn Jacks is stuck in that hostage mess, but something tells me she's about to stumble on a clue that'll make her eyes pop wide open. Turns out, the very same spot they're holding her is where Anna Devane was locked up once before. I swear, the way these stories circle back around always gets me. And, that little connection with Anna's past just reminds me how Port Charles never really lets go of its secrets. They keep bubbling up when you least expect it, tying everyone together in ways that keep an old fella like me coming back for more every single day. And over on the other side of town, Valentine Cassadine's cooking up some kind of proposal for Carly Spencer that I doubt she's going to like one little bit. Those two have been at each other's throats lately, so you just know another big blow-up is coming. Grab your coffee. Folks, this week's going to be a wild ride, and I'm already parked in front of the TV, popcorn in hand, waiting to see how it all shakes out. Second, meanwhile, Alexis Davis is rolling up her sleeves and digging into those art galleries tied to Delilah Wilson, with Ava Jerome right there pitching in to help. Those two teaming up always gets my attention because they're both sharp as tacks and don't miss a trick. I've watched them navigate enough twists over the years to know when they join forces, something big is usually brewing just around the corner. It just warms my heart a little, seeing these strong women work together like that. Reminds me of the way my own wife and her best friend used to tackle problems back home. Quiet determination mixed with a whole lot of clever ideas. You can't help but root for them to uncover whatever secrets are hiding in those galleries. Then there's Nina Reeves, who's about to get the shock of her life from a conversation coming up with Willow Kane. Lord, I can already picture the look on Nina's face when that talk happens. Fans are still scratching their heads wondering why Willow burst into Michael Corinthos' office the other day, but it sure seems like she was after something important from him. Nina might just about fall over backwards if Willow ends up asking Michael for help on this one. Those family ties have been tangled enough without adding another layer. But here's the bright spot that's got me smiling already. Willow's got some happy news she's fixing to share with her mom, and I can't wait to hear what it is. From the sound of things, that good news could be connected to Jack Brennan still lying there in his coma, or somehow trapped inside his own body. If things are finally starting to turn around for that poor fella, it might just bring a little light into all the darkness swirling around Port Charles lately. I tell you, these storylines keep twisting in ways that feel so real, like life itself, full of surprises you don't see coming but somehow make everything feel worth watching. I'm already settled in my chair, coffee in hand, wondering how it's all going to play out. Third, meanwhile, Britt Westbourne's got herself a brand new worry on her hands, and it looks like things are about to get even more complicated for her. Something else is coming down the pike that's got her all twisted up inside, and from what I can tell, it might tie right back to Ross Cullum's suspicions about young Danny Morgan shooting him. That poor kid's already been through enough without this hanging over his head. I've watched Britt fight her way through one tough spot after another, and every time I think she's finally catching a break, life, or should I say Port Charles, throws her another curveball. It makes me shake my head because I've known folks just like her back home, always carrying the weight of the world and still showing up strong the next day. Then you've got Danny and Charlotte Cassadine possibly getting caught red-handed breaking into Windermere. Oh boy, when those two team up, chaos is never far behind, is it? I've seen enough of these storylines to know that sneaking around in big old houses like that never ends quietly. But here's the part that's got me leaning forward in my chair. Joe's finally going to show up at Windermere and start straightening everything out. That could set the stage for one heck of a showdown between him and Dante down the road. These cops and their tangled cases always make for good watching, don't they? Over on the other side, Lulu Spencer is fixing to make a bold move that might just turn a few heads. If she starts getting suspicious about this Nathan West, the one who's really Cash's face on, she might decide the best way to keep an eye on him is to get back together with the fella. I tell you, love and suspicion make for one tricky mix in Port Charles. Anyway, Nathan is about to lay it all on the line and ask Lulu straight out if they can give their relationship another try. My goodness, the look on her face when that happens is something I don't want to miss. You can bet I'll be right there with my eyes glued to the screen, wondering what she's going to say and how this whole mess is going to unfold. These characters feel like old friends, and watching them wrestle with their hearts and their secrets never gets old. Finally, heading into the week from the 25th through the 29th, it looks like the pressure's really piling up on Britt as she works overtime to keep both Danny and young Rocco Falconeri safe. Lord, that woman's got her hands full now, doesn't she? With everything swirling around those boys, she's carrying a load that would wear anybody down. Jason Morgan's still locked up tight at the WSB, so Britt might have to stick her neck out and take some real risks while she fights to protect his son. I've seen her face down plenty of storms before, but this one feels heavier than most. It just tugs at my heartstrings because I know what it's like to step up for family when the chips are down. You watch someone like Britt keep pushing forward no matter what, and it makes you think about the quiet heroes in your own life, the ones who never ask for thanks but just keep showing up. Port Charles sure knows how to test that kind of strength. Meanwhile, Michael's still leaning hard on Elaine, that sharp private detective, hoping she'll dig up some earth-shaking proof. He's got his eyes fixed on making that fraud trap work, and I'm telling you, the way these plans slowly come together always keeps me guessing. The closer Willow gets to Harrison Chase, the more it feels like she's walking a tightrope towards something warmer and more passionate than she might be ready for. Those two have been circling each other for a while now, and I can already sense the sparks flying. Michael's still holding out hope that his scheme will move forward, even while Detective Joe Fitzpatrick keeps playing his cards close to the vest. But here's the part that's got me scratching my head. Could the truth finally come out that Joe's been one of Sidwell's inside men all along? At first glance, he looks like your straight arrow, by-the-book cop, but something tells me there's more to him. Maybe he's tangled up in that whole web with Sidwell and Ross Cullum after all. If that shakes loose, it's going to stir up a whole mess of trouble for Dante, especially since he's the one who destroyed evidence and has been guarding that secret about who shot Rocco. I wonder if Joe's going to start digging deeper into all this and turn everything upside down. These storylines have a way of sneaking up on you just when you think you've got it figured out. I'm already settled in my favorite chair with a fresh cup of coffee, ready to see how it all unfolds, because with General Hospital, you just never know what's coming next.